Hello, fellow scrapbookers. Guess what? It is Giddy4Scrapbooking's birthday. Happy birthday, Tracy! And she has 750 subscribers, so she is hosting a giveaway challenge. Woo woo! I love a good challenge, and there's a couple of them out there right now. Tracy's one of them. Tracy is definitely one of my favorite layout makers. She does a great layout. She does a video where you can see the layout, the lighting's good, you can see the entire layout all at one time. Head over there, find out when the expiration date is, because I forgot to grab that, but I think I have plenty of time. Some of the requirements: you can do a layout or a card. It has to have ink or paint like splashed on it. You can even paint your wood veneer, she said, or ink it up. You can use a stamp. So you have to have layering, and she said you can do 1 layer or 10, but if you mat your photo, that would not count. You have to sub to her channel. You have to do a YouTube share. And she didn't say this, but I noticed that she mentioned it in a comment reply, below the video, to leave a link to your channel showing your project. But this is my submission, and before I move on, one more time, let me thank you, Tracy. I'm so glad to see some challenges out there. It seems to me a few years ago we would have challenges all the time, and you could use a smash book, you could use a card or a layout, and it seems like we've gotten away from that. I want to definitely do a challenge, but we have to wait until after tax time. But not like I've adhered to my spending freeze, so who knows, maybe I'll do a challenge this week. Who knows? Okay, so here's my layout. I use green cardstock. Now, I think that must be Recollections brand, because I picked this up. It was 5 pieces in one little pack at Michael's back during the holidays. It's kind of flimsy, so I just took another piece of cardstock and put my ATG tape down on the back of this and stuck that other cardstock on there. I don't know why I do that, because once it's in your scrapbook out, scrapbook. Now I whistle when I talk. Oh, brother. And you want me to do a face video? I whistle when I talk. I use improper grammar. I can't say certain words. I can't think of common, everyday used words. And you want me to do a face-to-face? Now you know why I don't. One of the reasons. The next reason is I don't want to be the only ugly person on YouTube. I'd probably be spitting and slobbering all over myself and the video screen too. How did I get on this topic? Back to the layout. So anyway, I usually don't use colored cardstock. I like white backgrounds. Every now and then I will use craft cardstock, but most of the time white. I like white, but every now and then I'll use some colored cardstock, and it looks like that's what I did this time. Oh, anything to ramble, right? So the cardstock is most likely Recollections. This looks white, but it's silver. And I got that from a 6x6 paper stack that Colleen, who is XO Irish XO, hi Colleen, gave to me in this amazing rack. And I used my Martha Stewart border punch, I forget the name, loopy edges or something like that. Anyway, there's my layering. Here's my ink. Well, it's actually spray. That is Tinsel Spray by Heidi Swapp. I don't know, this is like a printed vellum that I got months and months ago from like 2Ps or a cherry on top. It's very textured. I wish you could see it in person. I don't know what these are though. That is that paper and that paper and that paper. And that's that foil metallic cardstock Colleen gave me. I love it. I felt like since he was wearing gray and the red was in there, I felt like the silver would go nicely with it. Plus, Colleen also sent me these little embellishments, and is that like perfect for this layout? Because it looks like the little shoestring things. In fact, my grandson, which is him, was like, "Ma, did you take my shoes apart to do that layout?" And I was like, "Nate, do you think I would tear up a brand new pair of shoes to do a layout?" And he said yes. I don't know. I mean, I love scrapbooking, but I'm not going to take apart a pair of brand new shoes for embellishments. But since Colleen sent them to me, I thought it worked wonderfully. These little ornaments right here also came from Colleen, and those are Jolie Boutique, and she picked them up at like Marshall's or TJ Maxx. These little baubles, they are not Goosebumps, but they were popular when Goosebumps was popular a couple years ago, and I picked them up from paperissues.com. But when I picked them up, it was Paper Issues on Etsy. But if you've never shopped paperissues.com, excuse me, I am so sorry, I'm losing my voice, and I know there'll be some people very glad about that. But if you've never shopped Cassie's store, you got to try them out. She always has the quickest delivery. She usually has some type of special, like 20% off, and she has very nice products. I've never heard a bad thing about Paper Issues. What else? You see my little tabs. I punched them out using my little tab punch that I picked up at a Cherry on Top. If you want a tab punch, just go to a Cherry on Top and punch in tab punch. It sounds like the whole police department is out front. Hear them? Start up a video and you can count on outside noise. What else do I need to tell you? The pen that I used for my journaling is my Signo Broad Unigel pen, white. Comes in all kinds of colors and flavors. Oh, what else? I think that's about it. This is, of course, Vickers, but I don't know what the name is. You know, I almost feel like it's Tinsel, but it's not. Okay, so the whole layout is from, this is from the pictures, or Last Christmas 2013. It's about my grandson's outfit. I love unique or very special clothing for myself and for him too. Now, I don't have to buy his entire wardrobe. I can spend a little extra on his clothing, and sometimes I do. Now, well, let me say this. Crazy8.com is where I got this out, not the jeans, but the shirt, the vest, the shoes, and he had this like newsboy hat that he wore backwards. Oh gosh, he was precious. Those things I picked up at Crazy8.com, and they were not expensive. They had a good sale going, like buy one item at $19.88 and get a second item for $1 or a penny. So I don't think that's expensive at all. I really enjoy dressing him because most of the time he likes the stuff I pick out. When I got that order, I was showing my son and my husband, And my son was like, Mom, he is not going to wear that vest and that hat. He's not going to like it. So when Nate gets here, I show him and he's like, yes, I love it. Because I asked, do you even like this? And he's like, I love it. It looks like skateboarders wear. And I was like, you are so right. That was the name of the outfit. Skateboarders clothing. And look at your jeans. It looks like you fell on your skateboard. And he was like, yeah. So, it was a little white lie. I just want him to enjoy the outfit as much as I did. And I wanted to make sure his dad didn't poison his fashion taste. So, anyway, I love buying clothes for him. He looks so adorable in them. And my journaling reads, I was so glad that you loved the Christmas outfit I picked for you. Right before the holidays, I found crazy8.com. They are the best boys' clothing store ever. You loved that everything matched, shoes, vest, and hat. You may not be a girl, but you do have style. The title is Santa Fabulous, and I think that about does it. I'll zoom in, and before I do, I think I'll wish Tracy happy birthday again. I want to say thank you for having this challenge. Be sure you go over and play along. It's a great time, and sometimes it gets your mojo going. If you've just not been in the mood, if you have those guidelines and a prize is involved, which it's a nice prize package, it gets you going. I know after I did this layout, I did 2 more using drips and splatters and my mist. I have all kinds of mist and paints and Mr. Huey's and October Afternoon, and I don't always use them. Why? I don't know. But because I used this for Tracy's challenge, it made me realize how nice it looks on the layout and how fun it is. Okay, guys, let me zoom in. And my battery's getting ready to die, so if all of a sudden I cut out, thank you so much for comments and watching. I always say that, but I just never get over having so many subbies, so many great subbies, making friends with you guys, and the nice comments you leave. I really won't. I'll never get used to that. So let me zoom in. And there you go, guys. It looks like the battery held out. This is the second time I taped this, which isn't bad, but let's see if it uploads. Good luck, everyone. Bye-bye.